The final thing that we are going to do today is we're going to go completely backwards. We are going to start with our zeros, our solutions. We're going to go all the way back to writing a polynomial function in standard form. So let's take a look at this. We have zeros of -2, 3, and 4. We're told that our leading coefficient is going to be 1. That just makes things a little simpler for us, so that's good. So we will say that our zeros are x equals -2, x equals 3, and x equals 4. Remembering that factors, we have to move the numbers back to the other side, so we're going backwards here. We have factors of x plus 2, x minus 3, and x minus 4. All right, this is looking like a multiplication problem to me. We have 3 binomials that we need to multiply. We can only take care of 2 at a time, so let's pick 2 to start with. I'm going to pick the x plus 2 and the x with the -3. And remember that to multiply, we start from the outside of the box and go in. Again, we are undoing everything that we did. So we are going from solutions to factors to multiplying those factors to get a polynomial instead of factoring a polynomial to get factors. X squared, -3x. 2x and a -6. And I can combine some like terms here and get x squared minus x minus 6. So that's my new polynomial that replaces these two pieces. I still have that x minus 4 though. So I want to go ahead and write the x minus 4 from my original equation, and then I will fill in with x squared, -x, and -6 and do the whole thing again. I will have x to the third minus x squared minus 6x minus 4x squared plus 4x and a 24 positive as well. So now I will again combine like terms. I only have one thing that has an x to the third, but I have a -4 and a -1 x squared. So that's going to be -5x squared. A +4 and -6 will be a -2x. And then finally plus 24. And this is my final polynomial. All right, let's take a look at one more example. And notice that this one has a fraction in it. And so our zeros are going to look a little bit different, but we're going to deal with that fraction pretty quickly and get rid of it. So our zeros are x equals -1/2, x equals -1, and x equals 1. But I'm going to take this -1/2 kind of up here where I've got a little extra room, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and rewrite it here and kind of rearrange things. Use a little bit of our algebra skills to make this a little nicer. So x is equal to -1/2, and I don't like that fraction. I want to get rid of it, and so in order to undo a fraction, remember that this is like dividing. So if I want to undo dividing by 2, I multiply both sides by 2. That will give me 2x is equal to -1. And I like that better because now I don't have a fraction. In order to write my factor, I can simply move the -1 to the other side by adding it to both sides. So when I write my factors, I'm going to report it as 2x plus 1, and then I have x plus 1 and an x minus 1. We'll pick two of the factors to start with, 2x and a 1, and an x and a 1. I'd like for you to pause the video and go ahead and do this multiplication, and then take your resulting polynomial, bring it up here, and multiply by the x minus 1 that we haven't used yet. So do that and come back to check your work. Let's see how you did. You should have filled in the boxes by doing your multiplication, combined like terms to get 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. This polynomial now gets written at the top of the next box, and we bring in that x minus 1 that we haven't used yet. So we'll write it down the side. So now I'll do the same thing again, and I get each of my terms after I multiply. Now I just want to combine like terms. There is only a 2x to the third, but then I see a negative 2 and a positive 3x squared. That will combine to a 1x squared. Negative 3 and a positive 1, negative 2x, and then finally my negative 1.